In the last video, we learned about the number of mixes found on a few mixers. Do you remember how many mixes are on your mixer? We also learned that pressing any blue output mix button on the C3500 control surface will show input channels and/or groups assigned to that mix. The default mix is the main mix. In this video, let's look at what defines a great mix, which begins at the source with quality strings and properly tuned guitars, replacing worn-out drum heads and having them tuned regularly. Practice correct microphone handling techniques and microphone placement, using quality sound equipment and having good room acoustics. The importance of proper gain structure, and striving for excellence in musical skills and a discipline to practice regularly all help to create a great mix. A great mix has balance containing the low to high frequencies of the tonal spectrum, a wide stereo sound stage from left to right, and depth using volume levels and spatial effects. A great mix starts with a solid foundation with the cajon, or drums, and bass guitar. Building on that foundation is the rhythm guitar, ukulele, electric guitar, or synth pad. Next is the lead instrument, which can be the keyboard, electric guitar, or acoustic guitar, depending on the song arrangement. Backing vocals should be clearly heard over the instrumentation, along with the lead vocals from the worship leader a little bit higher in the mix. This order will vary depending on the song arrangement. As the sound engineer, a critical aspect of your mix is adjusting the volume level for each input using the channel faders. Panning is the ability to place instruments and vocals at various locations across the panoramic sound field. Adjusting volume levels or writing faders for the vocalists and instruments enhances the dynamics throughout a worship set. Remember, you are the invisible member of the worship team, and your instrument is the mixer. A great mix requires an understanding of equalization, which is the ability to correct or enhance the tone of an audio source. Understanding how to use a compressor is also valuable in controlling volume levels for a better fit in the mix. Using a noise gate is useful in reducing stray noises that can otherwise be a distraction to worship. Gating is also useful in isolating sounds in front of the microphone from other sources further away. Effects such as reverb, delays, and echo are like icing on the cake and bring another dimension to the mix when used properly. These are some of the tools at your disposal while creating a mix. How a song is arranged is determined by the worship leader and is to your benefit to learn what the worship team wants to do with that particular song. There are countless ways to arrange a song, but the key to a good arrangement is variety. Carefully listen to any well-produced song and you will discover that no two sections sound the same. A song where all instruments are playing at full volume from start to finish can become tiresome and makes it difficult to hear individual parts. A variety of colors, textures, and tastes are what keeps a song interesting from the opening notes to the coda. So what have we learned from this series? A mix is a group of audio sources blended and processed, which is routed on a bus to a destination. There are various types of mixes found on a typical live sound mixer, such as group mixes, which combines similar audio sources for easier control and processing. Auxiliary sends are pre-fade mixes to in-ear monitors and floor wedges. Effects sends are post-fade mixes created to send a mix to effects devices. A matrix mix is a mix containing output mixes routed to other locations. A PAFL, PFL, solo, or Q mix is a headphone mix that allows you to listen or solo one or more inputs and/or output mixes. And the main mix is a mix containing any number of inputs and/or output mixes routed to the main speakers. Knowing how many mixes are available on your mixer can help with allocating mixes for different purposes, such as in your monitor mixes. The main mix is the mix that you spend most of your time working with and should be selected by default. Knowing all the mixes available will help you become more efficient in creating and using a mix. The elements of a great mix include volume levels, panning, equalization, noise gating, compression, effects, quality sources, and a creative song arrangement. A great mix elevates the worship experience to a higher level. When you provide clear, concise mixes to various destinations, you help people hear what they need to hear, which includes the gospel. And that is an important role for you to fulfill as the sound engineer.